Hello everybody, welcome back to Point Zero Games. My name is Josh and it's Tuesday, which means it's video discussion day. And today I wanted to briefly speak with you about the recently announced, or announced yesterday actually, the storyline event for Heroclix coming in the fall. Some of you may have noticed this news, some of you may not have, and it was met with some really mixed reviews. So to catch you up to speed, Wizkids announced yesterday that the next Heroclix storyline event, starting in October of 2014, will be Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle of the Millenium. It'll be a 6-month-long storyline event. Each one will have LE figures that will be available for you to win, and then month 6 obviously will have the grand prize figure, which I may be pronouncing this incorrectly. It is Slifer the Sky Dragon. That may be wrong. Correct me in the comments if you would like, but I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! And that should probably underline the entirety of this video. This is going to seem a little ranty and soapboxy. However, stick with me because there is a point to all this. There is a silver lining and a reason why that I'm speaking about this. And at no point am I actually slighting Yu-Gi-Oh! So to start off, I'm really excited about this because it means that Wizkids, now that they've got that event system out, they're finally starting to look at Golden Age and things outside of Marvel and DC to hold these big, huge tournament events with. And that's really, really cool. The fact that they haven't supported Golden Age stuff, well, okay, so back up. Technically, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not considered Golden Age. There's 2 formats for those of you who don't know about Heroclix. There's Modern Age, which is everything in the last 2 years, and then Golden Age, which is everything before that. However, there are specific sets that are not Marvel and DC that are not considered to be either of those necessarily. They're just kind of other. They're kind of dumped in this little category. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one of those sets. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not considered modern legal, and by a lot of people it is considered to be Golden Age standard. Golden Age legal. I keep saying standard because I'm thinking of Magic cards in my head. It's considered to be Golden Age legal, but that depends venue to venue. Some venues just flat out won't even allow those types of pieces. That, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Assassin's Creed, BioShock Infinite, just there's all kinds of crazy sets that come out that don't get to see any modern play because they're not considered modern legal. So it's really cool that they're doing an event like this to showcase something that's not modern legal. At the same time, I'm thoroughly confused by this announcement because why would you run a storyline event that is not modern legal? We as Heroclix fans, we do enjoy Golden Age stuff. However, we typically play most of our competitive stuff in Modern Age. Now, you go to Nationals, you go to Worlds and stuff like that, they do play some Golden Age stuff and some Golden Age side events. That's fine. That's awesome, man. I like that. That's totally cool. Nonetheless, it does not mean that our local venues, when they're doing Fear Itself and War Light and things like that, are necessarily doing Golden Age constructed stuff. And that's where the bigger problem here is. We don't know what the format is. We don't know. I don't know if this is a modern constructed, modern sealed, Golden Age constructed, or if this is only using the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pieces. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has had one set released, and that one set is in gravity feeds. So for those of you who don't know, Heroclix gets released in 2 different ways, right? You have these, which are your typical 5-figure booster packs. These are considered the full sets, right? And then you also have the boosters that will only have one figure in a little plastic container and a foil wrapping to it, kind of a foil cellophane wrapping. And there are 24 in a box, a big square box, and that's called a gravity feed set. The Guardians of the Galaxy movie set that we unboxed will give you an idea if you want to go look at that video. But that's called a gravity feed. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Set is a full set, but released in gravity feed format. In sealed play, theoretically, just thinking about that, that's terrible. It's really bad. It does not make any sense, and it does not seem like it would actually work really well. So I don't know what format this is. Nobody knows what format this is, and that worries me. Because if you can't, when we see War at Light come up, we know that it's a modern event. We know that there is a sealed set of boosters that are specific to that tournament. When we were doing Avengers vs. X-Men, we know that there's a starter set for us to get that we have to put in, and then the rest of it is modern constructed. We know this stuff. Coming into this, we don't know what the hell the format is. If I have to use only Yu-Gi-Oh pieces, then it means I have to buy only Yu-Gi-Oh pieces. And I don't play in Golden Age. Like, I play Golden Age constructed stuff if it comes up, but I don't typically play in Golden Age. I typically play in Modern Age. Most people play in Modern Age, so this feels just like the weirdest announcement ever for a storyline event. Third of all, let me bring this up. I know that I didn't number everything before. Let me also bring this up. Over the 6 months, we are awarded limited edition prizes. The limited edition prizes that's shown off are rehashed sculpts. That's problematic. More problematic is that the Slifer the Sky Dragon that they showed off is not a colossal figure. Colossal figures, for anybody who is wondering, this is probably the closest thing. This is my Batmobile Heroclix, right? You can take this off. This is about the size of a colossal base. It's a huge base. I mean, you can take a look at that compared to something like this. It's a huge base, all right? And typically colossals will even come on a base more akin to something like the Infinity Gauntlet or the Brotherhood of Mutants. You know, that's a much larger base overall than a Heroclix base is, right? For a size comparison there, people. So this is typically what you end up seeing on a colossal base. But the Slifer picture has it as a regular Heroclix base. That feels like a slight to the Yu-Gi-Oh community, man. Slifer is supposed to be a badass, and yet he's a small little baby piece. That's really problematic, guys. It feels like a slight towards the Yu-Gi-Oh community, like they are scared. Like Wizkids is scared and not sure how this is going to go. And I understand. You're taking a risk by doing this event. I absolutely understand. And running it for 6 months is a bit daring. 4 months seems like it probably would have been better to experiment with. But if you're going to be replacing a Marvel or DC event with this Yu-Gi-Oh thing, make it worthwhile, right? Here's the way that you make it worthwhile, Wizkids. There's all kinds of ranty things I could go on about. I mean, the OP kits venues are getting OP kits off of that, and the OP kits support up to 10 players. It feels like there's almost no confidence in this event. It feels like Wizkids is literally just sending signals saying, God, don't play in this event, but we really do want you to play in it. They don't know what the hell they want. Here's the way that you fix it, Wizkids. Here's the way that you make me, your standard player, care about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle of the Millennium event. So take note on this. I know you're not personally watching, but take note. Number one, make Yu-Gi-Oh! Modern legal. Make all the sets modern legal. Everything within the last 2 years, make it modern legal. You release the Justice League strategy game and made those pieces modern legal. You cannot, for the life of you, make BioShock Infinite modern legal. There's nothing broken in that set. The Booker and Liz duo piece is not broken by any means. Lord of the Rings, yeah, sure, Witch King of Angmar and Mouth of Sauron are real assholes to deal with. But regardless of that fact, they're not broken. They can be beaten. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a slightly different story. There are pieces in there that seriously are broken, but I'll play against them. I don't give a damn. Give me a reason to buy Yu-Gi-Oh! Give me a reason to buy all your sets, and I will buy them if I need it. But right now, Mage Knight Resurrection, Yu-Gi-Oh!, it's all relegated to buying for Golden Age stuff. The only thing that I don't want to see more of is the Lone Ranger. Yeah, that set was awesome. 4 pieces. You would buy a 24-piece gravity feed, and there are only 4 pieces in the entire set. A joke. You could have just released it as a starter set, but you didn't. You overcommitted. And I can guarantee that's why we haven't seen Hello Kitty. That's why we haven't seen Nightmare Before Christmas yet, because you guys are sitting there second guessing whether or not we actually want that shit. By the way, I, kind of do want Hello Kitty, because that would be hilarious. Hilarious. So, first off, yeah, make Yu-Gi-Oh! Modern legal. Just get it out of the way, right? Why the hell not? Second of all, and this one's important, make better prizes. The Blue Eyes White Dragon, the Karibo, all the stuff that you've shown in the 6 months worth of prizes are rehashed sculpts. In previous events, in War of Light, in Fear Itself, in AVX, in Infinity Gauntlet, in No Man's Land, in all of our storyline events up to this point, we have received actual new sculpts, new dials, new pieces. Give us that. Or should I say, not even give us that. Don't even give us that. Give that to the Yu-Gi-Oh community. You are trying so hard to get people that like Yu-Gi-Oh to play Heroclix, and yet you are undermining them with this announcement. You're undermining them. Yes, you're giving them a big 6-month storyline event with rehashed sculpts, no colossal figure, no mention of what type of format this is going to be played in, only one gravity feed set to even potentially pull only Yu-Gi-Oh pieces from, and then there's also the potential that you're going to force them, maybe you'll end up making this modern sealed, and you'll be forcing them to play out of the Guardians of the Galaxy set, which I'm in love with the idea of. Actually, not the idea of the sealed set. I love the it's Guardians of the Galaxy. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Flash is supposed to be coming out this fall, right when Battle of the Millennium is supposed to be starting. Are you going to seriously make these Yu-Gi-Oh guys buy sealed boosters of Flash and Guardians of the Galaxy to win Yu-Gi-Oh pieces? They're going to play Modern Legal to win non-Modern Legal pieces? That's ridiculous! It's ridiculous! Sorry, I got a little pissed off there. But it's ridiculous. Make it Modern Legal. Give an actual prize pool. If you want Yu-Gi-Oh people to play Yu-Gi-Oh Heroclix, give them a damn reason to do it. Because otherwise, you've got diehards like me, my buddies, you've got diehards all around the world, Final Action and Glass Cabinet and all these guys. They can get excited about it, but at the same time, I can guarantee everybody is in the back of their mind sitting there going, what in the hell do I need these limited editions figures for? Why in the hell would I even play in this storyline event? It doesn't make any sense to me. So that's the second thing. That's it. That's all you got to do. Make it all Modern Legal, so that way we can just have a pick of the litter. You know, I go to my local game shop at least 2 or 3 times a week, and every time I walk in, I look at the Mage Knight Resurrection stuff and how there's almost none of it sold. The Yu-Gi-Oh stuff and how there's almost none of it sold. There's more of it sold than the Mage Knight. I look at the Lone Ranger and realize that thing's never going anywhere. I look at all of these sets that are limited outside of Modern and how they haven't been sold, and I just think, man, if that was Modern Legal, I'd love to buy a ton of it. But I don't play a whole lot of Golden Age, so there's no point in me having that shit. Give me a reason to buy this stuff. And stop. I know that you're taking a risk, but don't take a risk by slighting an entire community. That's just really problematic. That's really problematic. Like, if I was a Yu-Gi-Oh guy playing in Heroclix and I saw this announcement, I'd be like, yeah, dude, this is cool. We get our own big event like those DC guys are getting. And then I go back and look at the sculpts and I'm like, oh, cool, we get a different Blue Eyes White Dragon and Slifer and all that. And then I went and looked at your War of Light announcements, and I saw that there was a giant Necron piece. I'd be like, why isn't Slifer a big nut? Why? I don't know if you guys actually thought about that shit while you were sitting in the office. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. All in all, I mean, the announcement's just baffling to me. It is. Because I don't honestly think it's going to be popular. You know, our local venue, we might have guys interested in playing in it. Might. I don't know. I'm sure they'll let you guys know down here in the comments, but we may have people interested. I won't play in them, though. Like, I understand that it would be video content for you guys, but it does me no good. You know? Much like a musician ends up making music for himself first. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I make these videos for myself first. You know? And then I like to make them for you. I don't feel like filming Yu-Gi-Oh! At all. Because it doesn't hold any relevance to me. It may hold relevance to you, but it would mean I'd have to buy a bunch of stuff that I don't even necessarily want. And I'm sorry, but I could lie to you. I'm not going to do that. So it's a baffling thing. It's absolutely baffling. You know, nothing seems right when I look at it at face value, but here's a silver lining. Maybe I'm looking at that the wrong way. Maybe it's because I'm only looking at it at face value. We don't have a ton of other details, and maybe this thing could end up being really awesome. Maybe this is the testing ground for Wizkids to see if Yu-Gi-Oh! Should become modern legal whenever they release new Yu-Gi-Oh! Sets. Maybe we'll see more Yu-Gi-Oh! Sets. Maybe that's the purpose. Maybe there is something positive to all this that I'm not seeing. But right now, we only have face value. And what I'm seeing, it's not worth it. It's a really, really sad announcement. It's not an exciting announcement. Because without this set being modern legal, I just don't care. And it means that starting in October for 6 months, I'll have no storyline event to play in. I'll have very few tournaments to actually play in. Like, if anything, I wanted to throw my money at you, Wizkids, and you're giving me a reason to not do that. So hopefully, the details that'll come out over the next couple of months will give me a better idea and will make me feel more confident in actually spending my money to play in those events. But I just don't think that's going to happen, guys. And that's it. That's the video discussion for today. You know, leave us a comment. Tell us, what do you think of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle of the Millennium announcement? Do you think that this is something that is going to be awesome and super cool and something that you want to do? Or is it something that's just kind of, I don't understand it and I don't really care? Because we have to let our voices be known on that stuff. We have to vote with our dollar, and I'm going to be voting with my dollar if this thing turns out to be just a rampant piece of shit. So that's that. I'm sorry about the rantiness. I'm sorry about the soapboxiness. The video discussions will not typically be like this, but this was just something that when I heard it yesterday, I had to talk about this, and I had to talk about this in a wider range in terms of audience. I needed to see where people stood on this. I wanted to find out just whether or not I'm crazy about this or not. So that's it. Subscribe, like I said, comment, and leave us answer that comment question. And last but not least, share our videos on social media. Get us some exposure. We love you guys, and we appreciate everything. We will be back on Wednesday with the deck tech, and until then, my name is Josh. This is .0 Games. Sorry about yelling. What can I do? Y'all have a fantastic day.